You will not believe what Disney is doing now to the X-Men. Or maybe you will. Maybe you will believe this. Maybe you read this article and you're like, yeah, it seems about right. You know what I mean? Because that's exactly what I thought when I read this article. This article, 10 years ago, I would have been scratching my head like, what the hell are they doing? Are they nuts? This is an opportunity to rake in the buku bucks to make money, right? An X-Men movie in the MCU, bro, you'll be printing money. You can put it in neutral for about 10 years, 15 years, and just, release X-Men content. Just go back to the well, go back to the classic comic books, and you'll be good. But I see this right here. Look at this. X-Men reboot rumored to cast Black Professor X and Magneto. I'm telling you, again, 10 years ago, I would have been scratching my head. I would have been in disbelief. 5 years ago, I would have been shocked, maybe a little triggered, right? Now I'm like, yeah, seems about right with Disney. I would not be surprised if the two are in some sort of relationship. I ain't gonna hold you. They teased it in the X-Men 97 cartoon, that there was something going on. There was like a scene in the bar. Where they're like looking at each other and they're kind of like giving each other kind of zesty looks. Still, I love that show. X-Men 97, great show. But anyway, let's get to the nitty gritty. Now, here's the thing. This idiot right here, Kevin Feige, this is something that he wants. He's been teasing this forever. He's been kind of putting out the fillers. People are going to be okay with this, with a Black Magneto, Black Professor X. He wants to do this. He wants to change everything up because he wants to go down in history as this woke person, as this progressive person that pushed the boundaries. Right? But this all comes from this individual right here, Mr. What's his name? Jeff Snyder. Jeff Snyder has been right some of the time. He's been wrong most of the time. But let's face it, this story is fun, and I kind of believe it. Because again, this seems like something very on brand for Disney. But he's talking about the cast of the X-Men, right? And he starts talking about who they want as Magneto and who they want as Professor X. And he points out that Denzel Washington has signed on for Black Panther 3. He starts talking about this and how it is rumored that possibly Denzel Washington could be playing a Magneto type character, or maybe even Magneto himself. Here it is right here. Snyder goes over previous rumors that Denzel Washington may be playing Magneto in Feige's X-Men reboot. Denzel has also confirmed he has a role in Black Panther 3. Interestingly, Ryan Coogler recently shared that he himself is a big fan of the X-Men. So this is where this is all coming from. That Ryan Coogler is attaching himself to the X-Men, and people are scratching their heads as to why this could be. And I could see them tying in Magneto to Wakanda to some capacity, right? Because they're going to need to have a big adversary going into the third movie. That's something that they kind of didn't have in Wakanda Forever. I know we got Namor, and that was okay, I guess. But you need a geopolitical adversary. I mean, because yes, Black Panther is essentially the main focal point of these movies, but it's more so Wakanda, right? And you need a country pretty much to go up against a country. Now, so Snyder goes on and he says, and he continues to hear that Kevin Feige wants black actors for the roles of Magneto and Professor X. Now, here's my biggest problem with this. And this is something that I haven't seen anybody talk about. Magneto is not traditionally, he always has been a Jewish German that escaped the horrors of World War II. And this is a huge part of his backstory and a huge reason as to why he is the way he is. And he uses the tactics that he uses, right? Because he is a never again type of guy. He saw what was done to his people, to the Jewish people in Germany, and he refuses to let that happen again to his new community, the mutant race. So again, you can't change that. If you deviate from that, you're deviating from the character. And I argue that they should just create a new character and don't give him the name of Magnus. Don't give him the name of Magneto. Go with a completely different character. I mean, hell, if you want to give him the powers to move metal around, fine. But don't do this to Magneto, bro. I'm telling you, I want the X-Men MCU movies to succeed. I want them to be good. And this is not how you do it. But anyway, you guys let me know what you think down in the comments. And like always, don't forget to subscribe. Sensational.